questions.
Well, we asked you at shoot around how you anticipated it would feel playing in front of the crowd tonight. How did it actually feel playing in front of this?
It felt great. Like you said, what I expected was what it was, and I know it's gonna be even louder when it comes regular season. But shout out to the fans for just showing love tonight. So yeah.
Getting on the floor with Joel for the first time in a game setting.
Yep.
I guess that kind of how was that for you tonight?
Man, it was a little shaky at first because knowing the type of player he is, such caliber player, superstar, someone that requires so much attention on opposing end. So we're just playing off with Joel. But I mean, I didn't even think about it for real because we've been getting a bunch of reps in practice. So I mean, it just started to flow naturally, stuff like that. So, but overall, I'm looking forward to getting as much games as possible with Joe.
Obviously, it's preseason, but you don't look fazed by the environment or by the stage that you're on, and you kind of just it looks kind of easy to you. What is your mentality like that allows you to sort of not get overcome by the moment at all?
I mean, I know I worked hard to be in this position, and I'm totally blessed by the man above to be in this position. I mean, if I wasn't ready for it, I wouldn't have been there. So I feel that's what it was. I just have a lot of confidence, and my teammates instill confidence in me also. So I mean, I won't say it's easy, but it's basketball at the end of the day. You can't. I'm trying not to overthink it. I mean, I love the game so much to overthink it. So it just flows naturally, man. So I'm just out there having fun.
What stood out to you the most of your game tonight? You had 5 steals. You ran at some point. In the fourth quarter, you scored 11 of your 26 points. So of all the things you did, what stood out the most to you personally?
What I do?
Yeah.
Probably the steals. I say just being in lanes, just getting as much deflections as I can, being in the right spot defensively. I mean, that's something I pride myself in, so I won't say it stood out, but that's probably the best part of my game tonight. It wasn't the scoring, but it was the defensive end. So, yeah, definitely plays I need to get better on the defensive end. But overall, it was great.
You said that's something that you'd like to get better at, but what do you think that your next step is for you, like the thing that you really want to focus on to be a well-rounded player?
Off ball, on ball, over screens, knowing what's coming, So, knowing if the fight over is to shoot the gap, get under, So stuff. That's reading the defense a little more. I mean, reading the offense a little more. So, yeah.
DJ, you made a lot of great athletic plays tonight. You had a moment with Jabari toward the end of your shift where it looked like you looked at him afterward and were like,
no,
throw that up. So what happened on that play?
My bad. I was telling him to score. I say, bro, score. Like, I pass you the ball so you can score. Let me get an assist. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to look like I don't pass the ball. I was like, let me get an assist. So I was telling him to score. I want to see my teammate score. So I'm like, bro, he can't stop you. Like, go get a layup. Then he passed it back. I was not expecting to pass. I just ran to the rim. My momentum was already going to the rim, so I was like, just in case he missed, I'm there for a putback. And he somehow passed the ball, which I was not ready for. So, yeah. I just
Speaking
wanted to score.
of the passing, BJ, a lot of guys have said they've been surprised by your feel, your vision for the game. Like, how much time have you spent already on film work and studying stuff to be ready for this environment?
Man, I just watch basketball all day. I'm not even watching like a Netflix show or nothing. Like, I just either go on YouTube to watch basketball, or just anything like that. Just find basketball to watch, just watching games, stuff like that. So that's where it comes. That's my film, man. I just watch a lot of basketball. And then I also have coaches helping me, pointing out different bunch of little things. I can get that I might not see that that they see because they're more experienced. So yeah. I just watch a lot. I just watch a lot of basketball, to be honest.
You got like a favorite game that you've watched on YouTube?
Nah, I don't think so. But I mean, if you go on my YouTube, it's just basketball highlights, game highlights. Then there ain't no full game, so yeah, it's just a bunch of highlights. Yeah.
You don't have anything to compare to as far as Nick Nurse as an NBA coach, but just now that you've been with him in the training camp preseason environment for a few weeks, just how would you kind of describe his coaching style, how he approaches practices, games, just
Yeah.
what makes him kind of unique compared to other coaches you've had throughout your life?
He's the same every day. I must say he's the same every day. I thought, I thought he's gonna be like a super crazy, but nah, that's not him, man. He's calm, relaxed, but he always gets his point across. So that's someone I think just him being the same every day is what it is.
Why'd you think he'd be super crazy?
I don't know. I thought all NBA coaches be crazy, man. That's the NBA team they gotta run. It's a business, so jobs can be. They gotta keep their job and stuff like that. They also got family to feed. So, I think they'll be. I thought, but that's not. I just had to remember it's not. Not they're all. That's not their characteristics. My bad. That's not their characteristic. They have different characteristics, different personalities. But overall, man, our coach Nurse is a great guy, man. Someone that I admire, especially because, like I said, I watch a lot of basketball, so I was watching, and he won the championships and stuff like that, so just, paying attention to little things like that, seeing how he coaches on the sideline, seeing how he communicates with his players, so yeah.
What surprised you most about the preseason or just like this early experience in general, whether it be something that happened on the court or off the court?
Training camp. Yeah, training camp is what they say it is, man. It's a little different in training camp. I just feel like the intensity is super high. You're trying to prepare for a season, you haven't played a game yet. Well, for me, I haven't. I'm a rookie, so I didn't play a game yet. I'm going in there with a bunch of experienced vets, experienced players that, has been in the league for a minute. So that's what it was.
We got time for two more.
I think your first bucket today was on a putback.
Yep.
On offensive rebound. I guess how much of a focus is offensive rebounding for you? How much value do you think you can bring crashing the glass?
Yeah, I think I read rebounds pretty well. So, I know when I can get an offensive rebound. And I jump pretty high, so I can just go up there sometimes, snag it when they're not looking, least expecting it. And also know where my man is, on if he's blocking out or not. So that's what it was. Or if my man go help, because Joel Embiid was rolling, so my man have to go help because I'm on the weak side, and it's a free lane to the rim for a putback.
When did you realize that you knew when you could go get an offensive rebound? Is that something that came naturally, or is that something that?
Yeah, it's natural, man. It's natural. Just wanting. I want to score. I also want rebounds. It's a part of the game. So, yeah, that's what it was, man. I like to rebound.
All right, thank you, BJ.
Thank you.
Thank you.